Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to Chronicles of a Crafter. So today I want to decorate a couple of sections here in my little meal prep junk journal for 2023. I'm going to use, remember these things that I picked up the other day at a thrift store? Not really sure what they were, but there were 36 of them. They measured 6 by 6, so it was a 6 by 6 inch card. What I've done was cut these down to about 5.5. So each side measures 5.5, so it's a square. I'm going to use some of these to decorate the insides of these file folders that we made because they just looked a little plain Jane to me. I also have here my little journaling cards that I'll be using at some point. And I grabbed some craft envelopes because these were the perfect size for this project. These measure about 5 3/4 by 4 3/8. So let's just go ahead and get started. So yeah, I picked out all of these items to go in here. I think I'm going to make pockets with some of these, and then having some of these envelopes in the journal as well are great little tuck spots for tucking in different things. So it doesn't really matter which card I use. These are going to go on the inside of the file folder where it's pretty plain, and I'm just going to use my very smallest corner rounder to round the corners. So if you do your measurements and things do not line up exactly how you want it, you can just cut a little sliver off to get the rounded corner that you're looking for. Okay, and that's gonna fit like right down here, and I'm gonna glue this down on all 3 sides to make it a full pocket. Some of these are just like they're better patterns or designs for cutting in a thumb notch, but like this one, I'm not gonna cut a thumb notch in on it. I'm just gonna leave these in their full shape, probably the 5.5 by 5.5 size. So what I want to do is probably decorate this back section of the file folder. I'll do that on the tops of most of them. Those that I decide to cut on an angle, I can probably do that very well with this one. But those that I decide to cut on an angle to make like a corner tuck, I will decorate more of the backs of the file folder. To do my little decorations on the back there, I have this little package that I picked up, probably AliExpress or Amazon, not really sure. But these are just ephemera cards. They're just paper with you know, little decorations on it. So here, I'll just show you guys. It's just like some letters, some, you know, plain paper, some handwriting paper. This is a note. Here's some plain music paper with no notes on it. Some more documentation with handwriting. So yeah, I will probably use some of these to decorate the backs of this pocket, just by like doing a little mini collage right on the edge here. And I also grabbed my very old rusty recipe book, and I'll probably grab a couple of pages out of here as well to do that collage. So I'm just gonna pull this out like so, and let's grab just anything, any random item. Ooh, sheep head broth. I wonder if it's actual sheep heads. Oh yeah, sheep's head with brain and tongue. Okay, we're gonna use this. I thought that might have meant like the sheep head fish, but no, it's the actual sheep's head. I am going to put that face down in my journal. Let's grab some minestrone soup. So yeah guys, this is just a little bit of a decorate with me, or craft with me, or journal with me, because I will eventually do a little bit of journaling in here as well. So yeah, I just want you guys to hang out with me for a little bit while I do that. And I think this will be plenty. So also with it, I have these little labels. I'll probably find a way to incorporate these into the mix. And oh, these have the days of the week on it. All of this came in this little package from AliExpress. So we have here little, I think these may be stickers. I'll have to, yep, they're stickers. So yeah, now I have the days of the week on these little tiny stickers. So that was random and super useful. So I'm glad I have that. And this is just paper. These labels are just paper. Okay, great. So I'm going to use some of these letters, not necessarily all of them, but I like the variation of the colors of the cards or of the paper. So yeah, I'm going to use some of that, and I'll tuck the rest of these back in here. So let's do a little collaging right now. Let me move my guillotine and scoreboard out of the way. And yeah, let's do just a little bit of something. Oh, I forgot, I also have this little deck of playing cards as well. So let me just open this up. This is like a brand new pack that's been sitting across the room for quite some time. So let me just open it and see. Perhaps this would be useful. I just want to see how thick they are, because if they're too thick, then it really doesn't make much sense. But if they're fairly thin, which these are, I can totally use a couple of these. Let me just grab some more random ones. Oh great, this deck, okay, there's the other Joker. I thought it had 3 Jokers. Yeah, let's just play with some playing cards as well. Okay, so to begin with, I want to move my usable labels and stickers out of the way. And I'm just going to grab a piece of this recipe paper right here, and I'm going to tear it down just a little bit. Now this book is so brittle, so frail, that the pages are just going to tear on their own without any help from me, really. So this is working out. Tear away a little bit more. Okay, yeah, that's great. So that will go right about there. My little note. I only need half of this page covered, right? So my pocket will come down to about there. So I can actually tear this bottom section off and reuse it. Oh, you know, reuse that section somewhere else in the book. So I want to ink these, and I think I'm going to use peeled paint just to play off of this side of the page. Peeled paint is just a saturated green. It's really bright, and I think it'll play really well with the colors that I have on this page already. I'm just looking for my green dauber, which I think I told you guys, like I have a light green dauber and a dark green dauber. One is for, oh, that was for the blues, right? So you can see the difference in the usage of those 2 daubers. This one's definitely for my lighter greens. And this is a distress oxide. So I'm going to distress all around the edges here. Whoa. Carefully so that I don't tear any more of this page. And the recipe that I decided to show on this side is called fish balls. And I don't see any fish anywhere in this recipe. Isn't that perfect? That is just perfect. I mean, this is exactly what this book is basically going to be. Just a bunch of random things. That's too funny. Oh, here we go. 2 pounds of ground fish. Okay, I was gonna say, like, really? How are you supposed to convince me that we're making fish balls? Anywho, guys, I hope y'all are having a great day. It's just, you know, another day in the week and closer to the weekend. So yeah, I just want to layer these on top of one another, and probably let's tuck a little playing card back there, just peeking through. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna turn my fish balls recipe on its side some more so that it doesn't really look like it needs to be pulled out and read. And that's so that no one actually tugs on it, right? So yeah, that'll go just like so. So let's do that. Let me grab some Scotch Create glue stick. And I'm just going to layer this on here using my glue mat. And this is just a little note again that I'm going to glue down first. My throat is still a little sore from coughing and whatnot, so I'm just constantly clearing my throat right now. Oh, I didn't ink this card. Oh well. Let me see if it'll take the ink now. Yeah, it'll work out. It'll work itself out. Okay. Alright, so I'm just gonna glue down this fishball recipe right here. Make sure you get your edges on your collage, especially if you don't want someone to tug on it, right? So I'm just making sure that in this book, this is definitely a collage and not to be pulled on. Okay, so for this I'm going to use my Scotch Create, and of course I don't have not one of them ready to go, so I'll set that down for a moment. let it get ready to play. So yeah, I just rounded one corner right down here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I rounded this one corner right here to match the rounded corner of the file folder. And yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Just want to see if there's anything else that I want to add to this. Oh, from that Miss Elizabeth's, this is the packaging that it came with. Try to block everything else out for you guys to see that, but yeah, it's Miss Elizabeth's, and this is just a 2-page sticker pack that I don't know if it came with the paper, this paper pack, but it was with it when I picked it up at the thrift store. So I'm gonna just probably pop a little sticker on here. Let's see. Oh, that's so cute. I'll put a little croissant. Why not? No, I'll save that croissant for my bread section. Maybe I'll put a little bowl if this is an individual bowl. Probably not. It looks like it may be. Yeah. That's a full sticker, all of them together. So cookie cutters. I mean, all of this just looks like desserts, and really, let's put these on there. I just want to put something. I'm just killing time. We're just playing. Talk amongst yourselves. Like, we're just hanging out, playing with some stuff. I'm gonna use a little bit of my Scotch Create to just to get this sticker saturated with some glue. And and stick that down right there. I wish there was a fish, but there isn't. This must have been from a holiday packet. Oh yeah, it does say holiday cooking right there. Duh, Nicole, come on. All right, speaking of coming on, let's go. Scotch Create, get with the program. All right, I'm gonna glue down this pocket right here. I'm gonna glue it on 3 sides to make a full pocket. And again, I'm not cutting in any thumb notches on here, so just get a straight line. A straight little bead of glue will help. Alright. I think that's plenty of glue. And I'll stick this down right here. So here's my lower left corner where I normally start. And run that all the way up the sides. Okay. And wherever there's excess glue, you know what I do. I just grab a little dry wipes, and this one can probably stand to be replaced because it's shredding in my hands. And yeah, I just wipe away any excess glue. Let's get that pocket straight. Okay. So I'm going to give that a minute or two to dry, just because I don't want it to get stuck on this side of the page. And while I'm doing that, I will place, oh look at that, subconsciously I put that little cookie sticker right there. There's a big one. I mean, the mind works in such mysterious ways. I'm going to place this little hourglass. Am I? Maybe. I'll place this little hourglass right here. And I can either make it like a little pocket, or I can just glue it down. I think I'll just, I think I'll glue it on 2 sides and make it like a little tuck, because that's a great little spot right there to tuck in some stuff. My lines are so wonky. Alright. Give this a second to get tacky, and I'm just going to place it like right here. Just like that. Okay. So now I have here in my first section of the book, I have a full collage, a full pocket, right? And a little corner tuck section right here. So basically anything can get tucked in right there. Here's a little index card from those that I punched through after cutting them in half. So yeah, you can write a little recipe on the front side of this little tuck, and the rest of it can continue on here, and you can just tuck that right in there. So let me ink this. And yeah, I can tuck that in right there. And I have quite a number of these left over from that little process that I made the little spine dangles with. So these were all 3.5 by 5 inch index cards that I cut into half and inked the edges of them, and then just ran them through a little binder ring. And this is my spine dangle that hangs off the back side of the book while it's sitting on a shelf or what have you. So that's going to go back on the book once I'm done playing with it for today. And so yeah, that came out really good. It was a quick and easy little thing to do. On the front here, I can place something, I don't know, but I think this is going to be my, I think I'm going to do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then desserts, bread, and miscellaneous, I believe. Let me just check my little, okay, so I have breakfast, no lunch, and no dinner. So what am I going to do? I have desserts, appetizers, entrees. So okay, I can do breakfast, entrees for dinner, And what can we do for lunch? Appetizers? Like, really, folks? Why would you torture me with this pack? Let's see what's on the other one. Okay, so this one is just stuff to use in the recipes themselves. Well, here's what we're gonna do. Welp. I am going to stamp this first one with breakfast. And then I will figure out how I'm going to get lunch and dinner on here as well. So here's my little woodblock stamp, and I'm going to use my VersaFine ink. Excuse my arm, guys. Okay, VersaFine. And I am just going to stamp breakfast right on there. I'm just cleaning off the excess ink that got on there. And whoops, let me use this deck of cards to press on. Okay, straight or not straight? 50-50 shot. What's your guess? Straight or not straight? Oh, straight. Okay, those of you who guessed that I put that down straight wins. Wins. Alright, I'm just going to clean off my ink. Yeah, that came out pretty cool. And I know I want to do a bread section. Not that I'm a big bread eater, but I need to save some recipes from my mom. My mom makes bread all the time. She makes her own bread. I don't know where she finds the time to do it with all the other hobbies that she has going on. But breads will also include like fritters and croissants and things of that nature. So I will probably put that way back here in this very plain Jane section that I can't wait to decorate. That is so cute. So yeah, I think I'll tuck that back here in this section. So I'll have breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, miscellaneous, and then breads. We'll see, perhaps. We'll see. How about that? Okay, so this, oh goodness, what happened here? This section is decorated. I guess I have some VersaFine ink on my hands. And this is the front section of the book. And I'm just rubbing away any excess glue that may have gotten stuck on there. So that's where these guys come in handy. If you haven't gotten one of these yet, it's a lifesaver when it comes to getting rid of unwanted Scotch Create glue on your projects. Okay. So, as well as probably any unwanted ink, because it's just made of rubber and not like tree rubber. It's a synthetic product. And yeah, pretty cool. Okay guys, let's see, what else do I want to do in here, this little section. So I normally do not eat breakfast. Let's just put that out there, right? So coffee for me is breakfast. Like, I will have a cup of coffee, but sometimes brunch is an option. So it may not be right as I wake up. I probably will have something around 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and that's, to me, is more of a brunch. And if that day occurs, then I'll skip lunch and just go straight to dinner. But so for breakfast, you can do all kinds of things. So I'm just going to show you guys what I can do really quickly. So in my family, we make something called bacalao, or it's really bacon saltfish. It's a salt fish meal. And I'm going to just stamp on here. Not on this page, not here. I'll stamp it here. The dish name. And yes, it's called bacalao. It's made with salted fish, and it's really good. It's one of my favorites. Like, if breakfast was a thing, that is one of my favorite things. So I'm going to stamp it right up here. It says the dish name. Not too shabby. Okay, and then I will write on here with my little micron pen, and I will put the dish name right here. But let me also get this one that says ingredients, and I will stamp that right about here. Okay, not on the line, but close enough. And then down here, I will stamp some recipe notes. So there aren't too many ingredients that goes into this dish, but I will stamp right down here, recipe notes. And that's where I'll put, like, you know, what it's good with. How well does it taste, or what have you. Here I also have a little stamp that says recipe rating, and I'm going to stamp that on here as well. And of course, this recipe is going to get 5 stars. I will stamp it right over here in this corner. Perfect. Okay, so with that, I can use like a colored pencil or something to just color in the star ratings that I want for each recipe based on its taste or the ease of making it or what have you. So let's just let me put away some of these. Okay, so this is where my first breakfast recipe is going to go, right in here. So let's do. So bacalao, it's right, and it's basically salted cod. Okay, so there's that. And the way you make it, you would need like 1 package of salted cod, and oh no, and oh no, and you would have to basically wash it, and I'll put that down here in the notes section. So 1 package of salted cod, 2 tomatoes, and 1/2 of an onion, salt and pepper, so salt and pepper to taste, so however salty or however spicy you would like it. You would also need, I use jalapeno in mine. You can use a chili or something like that, so you can just put a hot pepper, so 1 hot pepper of choice. Okay, and this is what happens when you don't let your stamps dry. Okay, this smudged, even though it came out absolutely perfect. I may have to white gesso this and stamp it again. Okay, and that's where that came from on my finger when I wrote out salted cod. Okay, so there's that. That's pretty much it. So, and then down here what you'll do is you'll wash you empty your package of salted cod, wash salted Cod in warm water to remove all the salt, right? All the salt that the package came with. And then you want to probably like soak it overnight if you don't want to do the next step, which is to boil it. So I usually just boil mine for about 3 to 5 minutes when the water is bubbling. So boil the fish. Um, 3 to 5 minutes. And while your fish is boiling, you want to chop up your vegetables. So dice your tomato, onions, and your peppers. I did forget one ingredient. You need about a 1/4 cup olive oil. Well, and it can be either be olive oil or grapeseed oil or something, a light airy oil, just about a 1/4 cup of olive oil. So I forgot the cup symbol. So when you forget items that goes onto your thing, you can always just come in with a stamp. I have one that says cup right here, and I will stamp the word cup. Right there. Okay, so yeah, you need about a 1/4 cup olive oil. And then you mix all of this together. So, and peppers, and then mix well with olive oil. All right, now don't take my word for it. I mean, this is just me, you know, figuring out how this recipe goes off the top of my head. I'm sure many of you out there make something similar, but yeah, this is just fun stuff. Okay, so let's see, what else do I have to do here? Mix well with olive oil, and then add salt and pepper to taste. And serve with fried bakes. Okay, so somewhere in this recipe book I will put a recipe for fried bake, but yeah, that's basically all this is. It's just some place for me to jot down all of my recipes, and you know, just keep in mind these are just for me, and yours will be just for you, unless you want to share yours with other people or your friends and family or what have you. And of course, I am going to rate this recipe with my little purple watercolor pen here. This is by Crayola, by the way. These are just like little watercolor pens, and it can be as thick or as thin as you want it. Okay, so I just picked these up. Well, I've had them for a while, but I think I picked them up at the dollar store. I don't know. I'm just going to rate this with my little watercolor pen here with 5 stars. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right here. I hope you guys have a super crafty day. Go do something wonderful. Start a recipe book. It's easy to do. And yeah, we can decorate ours together. So here's my little decorated collage collage front page, my little tuck spot here with this hourglass that we made. This is a full-on pocket, by the way. Let me find something to put in it for you guys to see. This right here is a full-on pocket. It's super deep. It's 5.5 inches tall by 5.5 inches wide, so plenty of things can go down inside of here. These are too small. Obviously, I'll lose them in there, but yeah, so yeah. All right, guys, I'll definitely talk to y'all in the next video. Stay naturally curious. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications so you're notified each and every time that I upload a new video. Check out my links down below, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.